Hey, this is Jackie Oren. This is take one of my footage that's about what I want to do with my life. I just got off my computer watching Gabrielle Bernstein, and I have to say that I'm inspired by her. And I also am inquisitive too. She starts off her story talking about how she owned her own PR firm, and then goes into the story of how she eventually left her PR firm that she created to go on to be an inspirational speaker. And to me, there's a gap there. It's like, okay, like, you already created your own successful business. How did you do that? Although, I think what the real question is actually, how did she do what she's doing now? How do you find what you love and do what you love? And that's what I'm trying to figure out at the moment. I very much resonate with her story about how she was a party girl and she had to sober up. And not to say that I consider myself an addict of substances, I do consider myself to have an addictive mind. And so I went to wilderness therapy, and then I went to a transitional program that helped me launch back into my life. And since then, I've been trying to align myself to my purpose and the flow of the universe. And today was really challenging. I went to therapy, and my therapist is phenomenal. She helped me realize that I haven't been trusting myself. I haven't been trusting myself to move myself forward, or even just to realize that I'm not the same person that I used to be. And trust all the skills and the behaviors and the person that I am to do here what I'm here to do. And right now that means going out and getting a job so that I can create and go after my vision on the side. And that was a struggle for me. I was overcome with fear and uncertainty, and for a second there I lost my vision, and I spoke to a tree, and I went up to this beautiful ponderosa pine. The bark just stood out to me, and I went out there and I gave it a hug, and I asked, what do I need to know right now? And it said, Jackie, just trust yourself. You have everything you need. So that is what I intend to do. I tend to trust myself and come back to my commitments and realize that this journey is not going to be immediate, but at the same time, like, I need to stay focused on what my visions are for myself. Like, I want to be a best-selling author. I want to be a world-class inspirational speaker. I want to be on the list of people you should watch under 30. I want to be someone that you know my name because of the good I'm doing in this world. And I'm not going to deny that money is not part of that. The way I grew up was very focused on money and success and prestige and what you have. So that part of me is still there, but I'm learning to disidentify from it and to minimize, live with minimal, and base what I have based off how I feel. So I'm committed to myself. I'm committed to myself because I love myself. And every action that I do is because I love myself. And the thing is, not everything I do I love. I cannot say that I get out of bed every morning and get super excited about a cold shower, but I do it because I realize how important it is for my mental health and for my physical body, and to operate at the capacity that I see for myself, that I want for myself, and to do it every single day. Something that keeps coming up with me in terms of the different motivational speakers I've been learning from, as well as just like the most successful people on the planet, the people who are changing the world, are that they consistently have self-discipline. And they put in the work even on the days that they don't want to. They work weekends, they work longer hours. They make sacrifices in the present moment and connect what they're doing in that moment, that pain they're feeling, that suffering they're going through, with what they actually want to do, with their vision that's in their mind. And that takes self-control right there. That takes a different type of mindfulness. that takes rewiring the brain to see perspective in the hard work that we do. Whether that be in the gym and giving your all, like that's your only time there. Or consciously telling yourself that you can push yourself more and that you're getting better and better and better every single day. These are all things that we can do to make sure that we operate at the capacity that we want to out of choice instead of having our mind choose for us, essentially. And that, for me, is like really much the basis of my work right now, is how do I control my mind? How do I leverage my mind and choose the thoughts that I do want to reflect the reality that I do want to see? So for example, like in the exercise paradigm or perspective, when I'm at the gym and I'm rowing, I cannot tell you, I'm not a huge fan of rowing. I'm not. Cardio is not my favorite activity in the world. I'd rather lift personally, but now that I've realized that I have the capacity, I have the choice to actually change my reality, I'm telling myself that I love it when I'm on the rower. And then I'm getting stronger, and then I love the burn, and then I'm getting better, faster, stronger every single day, and every single moment I have on there. And what does that mean? It means I push myself harder, and I get better, and I get stronger. And every time I do that, every action I take helps me get more in alignment with my vision that I have for myself. So consciously choosing the thoughts I have to create the reality that I want. And so my intention moving forward is to do that with this job I'm about to get. Is there's going to be things that I don't want to do. It's going to challenge me in a way that I'm going to take on, because that's the type of person I am. I want to grow. That is one of my highest values. And then I also want to recognize I'm never going to be happy in another job because I truly want to be working for myself. So it's all about the perspective I have while doing this job. And that is going to be constantly connecting to my vision for myself and what I really want in the mundane tasks that I do. And being patient with the process of coming fully into alignment with my higher purpose. That's something I just took away from her too, was that she worked her PR job while she was doing public speaking for free. And then eventually someone asked her whether or not, how much she charged, essentially. And that was the universe's way of saying, like, hey, it's time to start charging for your services. And I find that to be really inspiring, because at least I am okay with connecting my vision for myself in a job that is temporary to get what I really want out of life. I am. And so continuously coming back to that every single day and giving it my all every single day in terms of growth, in terms of contribution, in terms of my relationships, in every aspect of my life, so that I grow as a whole human being and do here what I'm supposed to do here. And what I'm learning from that is it's not just about me, it's about the highest best for good. It's about the highest good for all. That is why we are here. It's like, once you realize that we are just the manifestation of what the universe wants to create, and the universe is purely just operating through us, that opens up an entirely new perspective of like, okay, how do I open my channels and completely just surrender to the universe, and knowing that in reality my rational brain doesn't really know what I want or need, the universe does. And then we have to put our own shit aside and allow for that to happen. So I'm confident going into this interview right now. I have a personal recommendation, and this job bound me. And so I've taken the last 6 weeks off to really realign myself and come back to who I truly am and what I want. And while that therapy session was really hard today, I'm really grateful for what it taught me. And that is to trust myself, trust my vision, and go after it.